momentous occasion. You know that, right?
Why?
Well,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
oh, shut the fuck up.
What do you mean?
Okay, I do like the fact that I can just kind of hold it like right in my mouth. I thought you would enjoy that.
I will later.
So, folks, you're going to have to bear with us a little bit. I know that I posted a little update a few days ago. Nice big drink of water.
Mid-thought, too. Like,
I was holding attention.
Ah.
That's what that was. I was holding attention. So,
building suspense.
yeah. You're going to bear with us. I posted a little update. We got some new equipment. We got a mixer. We got some new microphones, as maybe you can tell. They're quite different.
I think I might have to post this on my story.
Oh, what? Nice.
I think the new setup deserves it.
You know what I would say is maybe even take a picture of that right there and then post that and be like, yo, episode 30. So, yeah, guys.
Is this episode 32?
Episode 30.
Oh,
that's
we
why I was saying
planned
it's a
it good,
momentous
too.
occasion. Yeah, exactly. I was saying it's a momentous occasion. It's episode 30. New audio, at least. My girlfriend said she'd lend us a camera
Yeah.
and multiple lenses to test.
When do you want to
Not going to happen
that?
today, probably. I don't think it'll happen today. I can text her, but I don't think it'll happen
text
today.
her? And if you're able to pick it up.
Sure, that'd be great. Yeah, yeah.
Because I know also, I think Cole's pretty good with all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, no. Oh, dude, it'll be easy. We're
It's
just
not going to be hard.
Um,
And he'll love it.
but that'd be cool if we could get the cameras.
The only thing that would have made episode 30 even better, because it's going to be episode 31,
What?
is the guest.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I know. But it'll be like, this is kind of the breakthrough right here. You know?
yeah.
Like,
So
it'll be-
episode 31 will have a guest.
Or...
Or we switch it.
Yeah, we could.
We could.
This is episode 31.
We don't know.
Who says we can't?
Nobody.
It's the same day.
Hey.
We are recording 2 today.
Hey, guess what? It's also our podcast. This could be episode 40 if we wanted it.
So here we go. All right, let me word this differently. This episode is definitely going to be... Okay, it's a Monday today. When you see this. It'll be a Monday when you
Yeah.
see this. However, last week's episode will have been posted a little late because we were getting equipment ready. Nobody wanted to record with me. Everyone's busy.
Yeah, and then because you were on your trip,
I went on
and
my
I wasn't
trip,
able
and
to line it
sucked.
up, and
Yeah, so
I've also been so busy lately.
this is going to be weird for them. 100%. Now that I'm thinking about it.
This
like,
first few minutes,
yeah,
confusion.
just fucking right. Because it's like, damn, I just said 30. Whatever, man.
It's
do
an
we,
episode.
Do we restart?
No,
We're only a minute in.
no, it's okay. Great. This is how we start most of them.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
Terrible.
I don't even mean the terribleness. I just think like, okay, whatever. You know what?
You want to know how they'll know what episode it is? The title.
Oh, whatever, dude.
Like,
Okay. Either way, so
maybe one day we'll have a professional podcast. We have the professional equipment now.
last week we had our first guest.
It was a great episode. Just go watch it.
So sick.
If you didn't, if you're seeing this before the last one, go watch the last
Cole
one.
was a beauty,
as always.
as always.
Oh, fuck.
All right. So in all seriousness, yeah, this episode's being recorded before the next the episode previous. So it's really going to be confusing for us, maybe. But at the end of the day, you guys don't give a shit. It doesn't actually matter.
Yeah.
You're going to figure it out. You'll get it. Welcome to Twin City Peaks. Fucking 4 minutes in, 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
So we've lots of shit's changed, man. I've started some new things.
I don't think you can really talk. I wouldn't.
I am. I'm not.
Okay.
No, like,
Yeah.
you didn't let me finish.
Oh.
Jesus, you jumped up. Whatever. Okay.
I'm gonna jump on.
I've
you
started
later.
some new things. Fucking, we got some new equipment. Fucking, like, shit happening, man. It's been good. Work's been kind of nuts, though. We haven't really gone to chat too much.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely talk into work. I want to just talk
Fucking
about
busy.
the equipment changes a little bit though first. I think we'll
Uh.
start with that. 3 brand new Rode. What?
Pod mics.
Yeah.
It's called pod mics.
So they're like.
Oh, sick. They're made in Australia.
Oh.
I like that. I don't know. Mostly it's just because it's not made in China and not, this is no, I guess it is a shop,
No,
but it's
it's
also
shade.
not made in USA. There's something about made in USA that just makes me go, whatever.
I don't know. I think USA holds a little bit more weight than China, at least.
Yeah, I don't disagree. However, it's not the US in the past. So I just kind of look at it like, whatever.
Go back to like made in the USA in like the
60s
50s,
even.
60s.
Yeah.
You know that thing is going to
Yeah.
last you 300 years.
Well, I'm in a few groups on Reddit where it's called Buy It for Life. Like long-lasting shit or well-worn, things like that. And it's like, oh, bought this in 1958. I'm fucking 78 years old. This thing just trucks. And I'm like,
have you seen those like old school? Oh, I think your buddy Danger said he had one. The old school ratchets.
oh yeah, dude. She showed me. I was like, whoa. All he has to do is grease that thing every fucking week, once, like a couple drops, and it'll never die.
I think it was like a TikTok made from like a YouTube video, and a guy was showing like how much those can like untorque. He grabbed every single impact he could find, and even like there was one, it looked like a Gatling gun. Okay, like it's a two-hand, like I'm gonna assume for like heavy equipment.
Yeah.
He
Big ass
torqued it.
tires.
He torqued it to the max, and that thing just boom, boom.
What?
And
A tiny little ratchet?
No, like, well, he had like
A full size?
He had, like, a big one.
Still, holy shit.
but
that's
the best impact that he could find,
yeah.
could
Wow,
not.
That's actually nuts.
So it pretty much can untorque anything,
That's
or it's
crazy.
gonna break it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wild.
That's made in the USA.
Yeah. Back in the day, man.
Well, even
fucking
my dad's Plymouth that he got,
Yeah, the
1950s, made in Canada.
Yeah.
That thing is more solid than my Civic.
I know. Nowadays, it's all built so that when you crash, you don't die.
Yeah.
It's the only reason, but then you don't have your thing after. And then they just... Back in the day, though, insurance was different, too. Like, I get...
Was there really insurance?
Exactly. Everything kind of went reverse, right? So they kind of protected the vehicle more back in the day.
Yeah.
And nowadays, they protect the pedestrians and the people, and that's why we don't have pop-up and down headlights.
Yeah.
It's literally why.
You drove around in a fucking tank back in the day.
We don't have pop-up and down headlights because they're too dangerous for pedestrians.
Really.
It's actually the reason.
But they're so cool.
They're the coolest. I'd love a nice RX-7. That one that's on your street there.
Oh, yeah. He's the FLS for...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good guy.
Front line supervisor. What a strange fucking title.
Yeah. And he's for the whole battery, too.
There's a fucking post. There was a posting for coordinator. I could have applied. I don't want that. I don't want that. No. Also, I would have had to switch unions, which would have just set me right back.
Yeah, you step back and then you don't. Okay, but only at where we work does management have a union.
There's literally, I don't think anywhere else, right?
It's not common.
It's super not common. I don't think there's another steel mill in North America that does.
No. I think the only time you get out of a union is when you go like maybe superintendent,
right,
or like exec.
Right. Like what's his name? Panzer. I think Panzeri's.
Oh yeah, he's like second to the CEO.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I don't think he would be.
That guy is ruthless.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like that guy's a businessman.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy though? I guess you know what? We're not going to talk about that. It's not really appropriate.
I will say, I do respect the fact that he is actually trying to make that place efficient. I don't know if I agree 100% of how he's doing it, but
Like, what do you mean by efficient?
well, there was a guy that
Literally just
that
said
booked
we weren't
off, and he wasn't established, so he said, "Well, let's get rid of him," and the guy was fired that day.
that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, who's missing?" Like he happened to like come in and was like, "Oh, like who's not here?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, this guy's been sick. He like has booked off like I think last block, and he started booking off that block." And he's they're like, "Oh yeah, he's a student." He's like, "Oh, well then get rid of him."
That's enough of that.
Yeah, and the guy was gone.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So like that is what where we work needs is actual accountability.
Yeah, it's true.
And
Because
he's giving it.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. But at the end of the day, too, I feel like maybe he's different sided in different areas. Like he's not like that in the cast house at all, and that's why I'm not really.
Oh,
I'm not.
I have nothing against him. He's just he's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, and I'm not saying he's not hardcore. I just no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm
yeah.
good.
No, he's
Yeah.
a powerful man. I
Yeah,
respect him,
I'm
man. I
good.
love him. I've seen him once. Actually, he drove a Mercedes in there. I was like, whoa.
I've seen him so many. Yeah, he just.
Oh,
like,
he's
he's
see,
in there all the fucking
see,
time.
we never get high level people
Yeah,
ever.
I know.
You never see anyone
they
above.
also don't want to be there.
We don't want to be there.
I know.
But
Exactly.
no, you never
Kinda-
see anyone above like the battery FLS.
Yeah.
Like I've seen my superintendent in there like twice.
Right.
I never like it's like this is your
So
department.
it's like yeah. Oh
And
my god.
Yeah, no, we get like warned when someone higher up, they're like, "Oh yeah, these."
Hey, by the way, so and so is coming your way, my
yeah,
friend.
and then all of a sudden we have to do stuff.
and that's some pretty crazy shit. See, okay, so I'm trying to figure this thing out, man.
Oh, I had no idea.
Because like when I actually talk a little louder, I can actually see it bumping there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
why am I not?
I don't know if it's like the bass in my voice, or maybe I don't have something set properly. I really haven't a clue, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know.
'Cause
It's coming up on there though.
it is, but I'm also worried that it's not like loud enough. I don't know. I don't know how to run this thing.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. Like, do I have to yell into this fucking thing, man? That's what I'm wondering.
no, but when we did the test, it sounded fine.
Does it? Is it quiet? That's what I'm wondering.
Uh,
Sure, we could hear it. There's a difference between hearing something and like it actually being like audible. So this could be like an hour-long podcast that just sounds like shit.
Could you not turn up the volume though in editing?
Yeah, but then you're like really pushing it, I guess, and it sounds
yeah,
like
it won't sound.
sure we can
Maybe
do that.
this
yes.
won't sound great.
Okay,
but
but we have an issue to solve.
this is a test pod.
We're at peak here. Watch if I la 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 la. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is all gonna be
Okay, but now what are all the other dials? Oh, that's like the frequencies.
Yeah, so like I dialed my high a little higher, mid a little bit higher, low a little lower, and then I did the opposite for you because our voices are
Yeah.
opposite in that sense. And then aux effects, pan would just be like it goes left or right in the stereo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than that, that's what that is. And then this is all for headphones.
Yep.
And then this is like just to control, like let's say we're listening to music or some shit. These are all outputs, I believe. And then these are all inputs. And then these are just effects and left and right. So if I wanted all of it to sound out of the right ear, now everyone's listening to us just out of their right ear. And then now they're all just listening to us out of their left ear. It's very interesting. So now you fully understand the board as much as I do.
Beautiful.
There you go. Now do you understand why I'm a little confused? Where's me raising me? That's gain. We're maxed.
I wonder also,
These people might be totally interested or completely not interested.
or it could be loud as hell. We also
I know.
like
We have no way of telling.
so they might be listening to this at like 5 or 50.
Yeah. I just don't like that it's not like consistent. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the headphones might have been a good idea.
Motherfucker.
My bad. I
And you
brought
know
the
what
wrong
sucks?
cable.
You know what sucks is now this is episode 31 and we're going to look more retarded than when we do episode 30.
Yeah, you know. Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, you want to talk about something else?
Not really.
Oh.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Let
How's
me try
work
let me
been?
try
How's
something
life?
here.
Ben.
What does this do? Oh, yo.
What?
Did that do something?
I have no idea. Did it?
Okay, me neither.
What'd you touch?
I pressed a button.
Why? Wait, what's that button do?
That's what I mean. I pressed it. I don't know what happened.
I have no idea. Wait, talk?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's just me.
Now it's on. It's giving more.
It was before too.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
I think we leave it on.
Yeah, because that's how we've been doing it for the majority of the podcast.
Yeah,
so it's
just-
gonna stay on now.
Aw.
Maybe. Do you think Cole even understands any of this?
There's a
No.
chance.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm not trusting him more than I fucking understand this now. We're gonna have. My Matt never came back around. He kind of like he got busy or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was like unfortunate. I was really hoping he was gonna come back over
knows?
and then be like, "Hey, man,
If we
You
are
really
using
don't know
the
what you're
board-
doing.
If we are using the board wrong though, and then when we finally do figure it out, there's probably gonna be such a difference in quality.
Sure.
My assumption.
Great.
I don't work here. Actually,
You do.
unfortunate.
You do, in fact,
God
work
damn.
here. Look at all the shit we work for. We work for this now.
I know, and I'm gonna have to start doing clips and stuff
Doesn't this
too.
look better though? Like this looks more professional.
I know, like every 10 episodes we say like I'm gonna do clips. I think
Isn't it a bit more cutesy too?
no, it's great. I actually do enjoy
And it's
it.
all nice and tight.
No, it brings my ego like really high.
Ego. Oh wow. It definitely.
Well, I don't have as much imposter syndrome because I'm like, wait, have the
yeah, no,
equipment. It's legit.
Okay, yeah, and it's on a, like.
And it's not
we've been
jank.
We've been putting my laptop on like a footstool kind of thing, like
Now we have an actual
a
table.
leather ottoman, if you will. Now I have a little table and everything's nice and neat, and it looks so much better. Just like such a simple thing.
The amount of jank we've been doing is
yeah. We cut the jank down pretty good.
okay.
Next is a camera.
Well, okay, even how we were just plugging everything directly into your computer.
If I'm being real with you, if we can get a good camera going and then figure this fucking piece of shit out.
It's a great what it's not don't count
For
it
now
out.
it's a fucking piece of shit. I'm not thrilled. I was hoping for ease of access and not retardation.
What, just because it's complicated?
Just because it's not complicated and it doesn't make fucking sense why it's not complicated. Do you know what I mean? Like if it was complicated and I didn't get it, I'd be like, checks out. If it was not complicated, which it isn't, and I don't get it, that doesn't fucking make sense. I've done everything.
I feel like it's gonna be a lot of messing around with the knobs.
I don't think so.
for our voices.
You may think so. I don't think so.
Well, you know what? We can agree to disagree.
And that's fine. I appreciate that we have differing opinions. And that's why we're here. Because we can handle differing opinions. Unlike most friendships, I guess.
wait, we're friends.
Something like that.
We're fucking.
Friday's activities speak otherwise, but no, but in all seriousness, like right now, what if we can, like I was saying, if we can get a camera and like a lens that we enjoy that like suits our needs for like 2 or 3 people, and to get this actually functioning the way that I'm imagining it functioning, however that may be,
Yeah.
I think we're there.
This can hold 5 mics.
Uh,
Wow.
yes, 5, which is why I bought it because the other one was bigger.
Which one?
The one we originally pulled up was a 7 microphone one or 8 microphone one. Yeah, 8 channels.
What are we doing? What?
Yeah,
Who
and it
needs
was like
8?
7 or 8, $80 more, and I was like, we don't even need that.
Who needs 8?
I know. I was like, 4 is great.
I
I
think-
was like, having a 5th is a nice option.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, having a 5th is a nice option.
Okay. You want to know where I could see the 5th coming in play? Assuming we use this board for like a long time. Which
Yeah.
I don't see why we wouldn't.
If everything works the way we want it to,
is
yeah.
if we had 2 guests, which would be reasonable.
Sure, yeah.
Say have like Matt and Luca. Or
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
Or if we have our girls on or something.
Sure, sure.
4 is great. The 5th would be nice for say like a producer, like a Jamie.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Where
right.
it's not
you're right.
used all the time, but
Yeah.
like if he wants to chime
Sweet.
in. It's
Hey,
there.
guys, by the way, I found out that what you were saying, blah, blah.
yeah.
You're right. That's a good call. So this is pretty much where we need it to be. And then we have a line in too. And I don't know.
What's that?
I don't know really too familiar.
Line in 6-7.
Yeah, I think I don't know.
Okay.
It goes line in 6.7 or MP3.
Oh, another thing. I was curious.
I think maybe you put. No, I don't know.
I was curious if. Tell me if this is a good or bad idea.
Mm.
Is definitely. I'm thinking more so for guests and stuff. Is either like here or if we end up start doing it at my house, is to hook my laptop to the TV and then I can like say have like a
Oh fuck yeah!
like
I know.
pointers and have it like up.
I
or
like
if I
that.
need to show
Yeah.
something
Oh, they all do
to
that
show
shit.
tweets.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I think
no,
that
100%,
might be a good.
100%. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd even like to have something like close. That'd be sweet. But
Well, that's why I was saying it more so in my basement because we would set it up and the TV would be like right there.
dude, you could even do that now. Like we could
Yeah.
do that now if you wanted to. Fuck, and that would
Oh.
help me even.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, that might, if we're going
Do
for
you
it,
use Safari though, right, or something? Oh,
I can
I
use-
was gonna say, I wonder if there's
I
a
use
way.
Google.
There's
but-
got to be a way that I can cast just your screen to the Chromecast. Otherwise, we just
Oh, probably.
Otherwise, you have no HDMI in this, right?
No, I'd have to get an adapter.
An adapter. Okay. Yeah.
But that's like whatever. I can
Yeah.
get
No.
that
No.
this way.
I know for sure. But at the end of the day, yeah, if we could just Google Cast it, that'd be easiest.
Yeah, casting would be the
Just
easiest,
cast
but
the
worst case,
screen.
have to fucking.
I'm just not sure how to do it. I'm pretty sure they fucking can do it though.
Yeah, it can't be hard.
So that's an
Throwing
option,
it out
but
there.
Either way.
As we get more professional, because this is
Yeah.
actually becoming a.
Well, it's shaping up.
it's shaping up to be something legit. And that's why definitely for episode 30, I think I want to make a couple clips because I guarantee me, you, and Cole are gonna have some funny clips.
Episode 30.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
because I think I think we have a good enough product to actually push. Like,
Why
what
did
are
you
your
say-
thoughts? I think the product's good enough to push
I
and
think
have more content.
I mean, like, yeah, Cole's episode's gonna be fun,
and I
but I feel like I want a better camera.
okay, you know,
This is driving me nuts. It's driving me crazy.
Okay,
This
well,
looks like fucking
after the pod,
Oh, the
text
mom.
and see if we can get the camera, and then maybe we'll have a better camera. Do you want me to ask Cole to bring his camera? Was that a yes?
I mean, like, is it gonna be?
I could ask him. He offered to bring it.
Well, fucking then whatever. Why are you even doing this to me?
I just
What are you doing right now?
I'm asking your opinion.
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see her, so probably we could try it. Do we have all the necessary things to actually get it to play like we used to on yours? Just use your fucking little adapter. Does that fit?
We can find out.
Okay.
I'm just asking
I'm
if you
asking.
want to deal with that. Is like that's
So
all.
I've been saying yes.
Okay.
I don't know what your problem is right now. I think you're not thinking it through. Because I said before, I was
You
like,
want-
there's a chance
do
that
you
I might
wanna
not
know-
be able to see Ashley.
Do you want to know what I'm thinking?
That you want to hit me.
No, that I want to put this so far up your ass that when I talk to you, it's audible. Okay, so how you been, buddy? Like, what's new? What's new in your life? Anything? Come on. What have you been up to?
Stuff, things. Went to Manitoulin.
This
I
is called a
guess.
podcast, and
Yeah.
where you
There's-
elaborate
there's
more
some
than you
things that
need
we-
to.
There's some things that we can't talk about.
Well, okay, yeah, you omit those things.
But I want to talk about them.
Okay, well, I could say that my eventful week too, but like,
I know.
that's for a different platform.
What platform might that be?
Pornhub.
Whoa.
Oh, you want to talk about
Go on.
inserting?
Wow. Yeah, but that is the craziest way to put it.
Because also they don't know what you're inserting.
I know. Okay, stop.
Okay, so talk. What's new, buddy? I haven't seen you.
Oh shit, dude. Honestly, like really, everything's kind of been chill.
How's work? How's
Work sucks. The furnace is a hot mess. Humidity's crazy in there, and it feels like it's gonna blow up every day. What else is new? Honestly, other than this equipment, I mean, I'm gonna install a dash cam. That's really not interesting. And I don't know, man. Working out's been great. I feel fucking kind of insane
that's good?
in a good way.
Yesterday
in the
I
best
had-
way.
I had so much energy yesterday. I was like, I feel so much lighter. Like I'm agile now. No,
Why not?
cause
Is there
No.
a problem? What if in like 3 months it's visibly like crazy and they're like, okay,
you want to know what? If we get a comment, we can
let
talk
it
about
happen. Wow. Okay.
That's also why I do want to try to push to get more followers. Is just so there's more feedback.
Well, yeah, I'd love to have people actually commenting. Like, you people who watch it, we appreciate the views, but I mean, it'd be cool if you say something, be like, "Yo, what's good?"
Say something.
We're
you like.
approachable, and if you mention something that's like not psychotic or whatever, then we'll say it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it'll be the first time. But in all seriousness, yeah, we'd love to talk about shit that you want to talk about. You have anything that we're doing or currently working on or whatever that you're interested in and you're curious about, you can ask us. We're not that fucking amazing in terms of, like, we're not.
Speak for yourself.
Hey, relax. I meant, like, I'm not fucking playing a 24-hour stream of Fortnite or some shit that, you know what I mean? Like, it's,
yeah.
it's not that kind of interesting, but if you have questions about our lives or whatever else, I'm more than happy to I'm curious to see what kind of shit can be derived from the content we've put out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm curious about. You know what I mean?
No, 100%.
So I'd love to see what people think and feel and say about what we are doing or saying or even just anything at all like that. I'd like to hear it. But I don't know what's going on there, man. And also that one video spiking, that was nuts. That was super crazy. I'm pretty sure we might have talked about it before, but
Oh my god.
be cool to replicate that again.
When I had all the equipment sitting in my house there for like the few days or whatever.
Yeah.
The amount of questions I got from like different people that would come over, they're like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "Oh, I have podcasts." And they're like, actually, my cousin was so hype. He's like, "Yo, where do I find it?"
No
So
way.
I showed him,
Are
and
you
he's like, "I'm
kidding?
gonna go watch them all." I'm like, "Okay, maybe not that, but." I'm like, "You're like 14, but." So maybe don't watch them all.
no.
Because
What's his name?
Nolan,
Hey, Nolan.
if you're watching this,
Nolan like Grayson? Or like Nolan
no, Nolan, yeah,
That's sick. Right
yeah,
on.
he's Omni-Man,
Great name.
yeah.
I'm going as Omni-Man for Christmas for sure. Or
Christmas.
Halloween. Yeah, I'm going to end up murdering everyone on Christmas Day.
Who dresses up for Christmas? Does your family do shit different than mine?
Dude, Omni-Man suit is red and white. It's just like Santa Claus. He's just like bad Santa. Right?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
but Halloween.
Are you and the girl doing
I'm fucking
costumes or what?
I don't know.
I feel like I'm gonna end up
Oh.
not. Well, I
Cool.
obviously want to.
Because I was
but-
going to say, you could do, the other guy. Remember watching the episode on Thraxa? Invincible is a show on Amazon Prime. It's go watch it. It's sick.
Comics
If you
are
like
also great.
animated stuff, it's sick. There's comics. It's fucking sweet. We finished the comics. Like, whatever. Spoilers ahead of whatever. Remember on Thraxa when the other Viltrumites showed up to beat Mark and Nolan?
Yeah.
And the one was like blondish with the glasses.
Yeah.
Could dress as him, and I could go as the other fucking white dude. Like
No, I'm
one
going
of
as
the white.
what is it? Frog. I want the big coat.
If I could, honestly, if I could source, like a lion fucking thing like that, I would shave my head. Not shave, but like buzz
Buzz
it
it?
to the shape that he would have it. 100%.
That would go hard.
And then I'm walking around with like this big, clean, sharp, fucking dirty filth mustache.
No, I was thinking American Psycho personally.
Oh, that's cool too. I was just thinking Nolan because I could do like the gray streaks here.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You know
No,
what I mean?
I just
American Psycho would be sick, and then you could get her to dress up as Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
What would I want to do then? If we're gonna do like that instead,
I don't know. We'll think tank.
there's got to be some cool, quick characters that I'm interested in. What if we do?
That's why I was curious if you were doing a couple's costume or not.
We didn't even really talk about it.
Oh,
She's probably down. I'm guessing like most women,
yeah.
they're into Halloween.
Well, no, because I the only reason it came up because I was like, oh, I'm off like the weekend because Halloween's on like a Thursday or whatever. I'm off like that the weekend before.
Right.
So I'd be able to like go out for like the Halloween weekend to like the bar or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, okay.
And she's like, oh, that's cool. And I'm like, oh yeah, so we can like get costumes. She's like, yeah, we were getting costumes and at least taking pictures anyway. I'm like, okay.
Oh boy.
She's like, yeah, no, we're doing, yeah. I'm like,
Nice. So wait, what are you guys doing? What?
we don't know. We have no idea what we're doing for a costume. She just wants to have a couple's costume
Okay.
for like pictures.
Cool. Maybe we do a 4 thing, like a one big group.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, we could do the mystery gang.
It's not bad, but they're not like
I
hitting
was-
each other.
I was,
Hey man, I'm spitballing here,
it was
dude.
the first thing that came to
That's
mind.
great,
out of
great.
enough people.
You're not off mark though. Like you're in the right idea. What if we did like
What is it? We could do Friends, the show.
yeah, but
We all dress normal.
the relationships are weird. You know what I mean? Like you'd have to pick like I don't know. You'd have to pick like a generation of Friends, like a certain season, and be like, oh, this is the season where Rachel and Ross were together, and then it's the season these two guys are fucking so and so from season 3 when they were. I think it would get weird because
I was joking.
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Let's go here.
Well, dude, it's August.
We're spit. Exactly. I'll tell you right now.
Okay, how
I'll
about
tell you right now. If we don't so much as talk about this now, by the time it's October, we're all 4 of us can be picking some random shit.
No. Here, hear me out. Why not this time next week?
Uh-huh.
All 4 of us hang out and we can bring this up.
Okay.
Because we also need them to agree.
I agree, but
More-
if we
actually,
have something, okay, but listen. You know how women work. If we don't have something to bring to the table before we come to their fucking ideas, they're going to have an idea and then they're going to go, "Yeah, it's this."
It's going to be that anyway.
I'm okay with doing this. What's wrong with you?
Well, you know what? How about after this we think tank it? I'm not doing this on the pod. Jesus.
You're lame.
I'm not even touching that.
What
What else is new? Did you read any books? See any cool articles? Fucking, I don't know.
We talked about the Google thing. I don't know. Not really. When I was away, I fucking just
Dude,
checked out.
I
went to Manitoulin, man.
I listened.
Just
Nothing cool
chilling.
happened.
Honestly, the weather was kind of mediocre.
Ah.
It was pretty windy, but we hung out. We had some nice fish fry. Went for some drives.
Oh, we're gonna have to be double potting. Obviously today, but maybe
Next time too.
Yeah, or like the time after, because middle of September I'm back to Cuba.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Gonna go and get rowdy?
No,
You gonna bring the lady?
No.
You should.
I'm not paying for her.
You should.
No, we're gonna go to Toronto.
Oh, you did pause for a good second there.
Well, because when we go to Toronto, I'm probably gonna have to pay for like the hotel and obviously gas and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm not also paying $1,000 for her to go to Cuba with me.
Oh.
I'm. And also, she might be getting a job soon, so who knows?
that's
when.
cool.
Yeah,
Right on. Good for her.
she's been
Sure.
applying around. It'll be kind of nice when she does have a full-time job.
A little bit
Because
more.
she'll have more
Income.
income, but also then if I want to do like day shifts or like an 8-hour here or there, then she's at work and it's not like
It won't be the end of the world.
I can like work more,
Yeah.
and then she's not just
Like it'll be nice because it'll be your choice to be like, hey, I want to get more in, and it won't be a problem because she'll be busy.
exactly like, and she doesn't care, especially the amount of work. Like I've been doing
No, man. Like honestly, if I said to Ashley, like, hey, this week I'm fucking working 8 shifts in a row, she'd be like, that sucks. Can we fit in some time? I'd be like, yep.
no, and
And she wouldn't care.
because my previous girlfriend definitely never said anything, hated it.
Yeah.
She doesn't mind, and I actually brought it up to her. I'm like, it's pretty cool, like, because I've been working like 60-hour weeks every
Yeah.
week, plus the pod, plus
Everything else.
like the workouts, everything.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, like it's good. She's like, obviously, like, kind of sucks that you work so much, but she's like, I get it though.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, we still do everything else, so it's not like taking away.
Yeah. And that's
She's like, now if you work that much and there wasn't the other things, she's like, I can make the exception for you because you're doing it right. But
or at least like if you were doing all the things while working a lot and then it started slowly dropping off, then it'd be like, hey, well, like find a balance here. You know what I mean?
no, she
Yeah. But if you're keeping up, which I've noticed you have been because we haven't been hanging out as much. Which I'm
No.
not complaining. I have mine that I've been doing
Yeah.
stuff with too. Like that's not what I'm saying. But in general, yeah. We're trying to invest a little bit of time figuring out where we're at.
we gotta. Well, it's a whole new.
Mine's only been just over half a year. It's still fucking. That's a new thing. That's
But
not fucking.
Still haven't missed any pods. Still haven't missed. Like I've still
Yeah.
been.
Yeah,
Still
yeah,
see you
yeah.
at the gym.
Yeah.
Like,
See, we
been-
haven't missed a pod in the sense of we were both in town and we could.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm
Like
trying to
100%.
I'm trying to
We
find
gotta
my
fuck
footing.
that. Yeah, I get it.
especially with
Me too, man.
doing that like working that extra shift and whatnot.
Yep.
Actually, this week I feel fine. I've been so tired, like so beat down.
Yeah.
And I like doing the 6 workouts.
I haven't been sleeping that good this week at all.
I finally caught up.
Speaking of the whole relationshipy thing, it's like I was listening to Dr. Huberman Lab last night. He was on Joe Rogan again. Good episode. I didn't finish it, but about halfway through, and he was talking about like relationships and how people move in and do all that shit. And it's like he is like, you do whatever you want. Circumstances and context matters, but at the end of the day, he goes, wait at least a year before you even consider doing things like that. Because of the ramifications, because you don't really know this person. He's like, a year's not that long of a time. And it really made me think too. When I was listening to that, I was like, damn, I was like, he's right. Like, you know, I'm not saying anything negative here at all. And I'm like, I want to help her find a house. I want to do that, whatever. And I get why she wants me to have input. I can see the path and I'm not complaining. That's not what I'm saying at all. But it's like, it definitely can't happen within the year. It definitely, I was just listening to what he was saying, and it was very clear to me that it's like you need things to kind of settle in and then move up a step and then settle in and then move up a step.
Well, because a big jump like that, it's hard to go back.
It's either you go back to doing what I'm doing now, or that's it. That's like you chose. This is
no.
I'm not saying like you chose that person or you don't get to fuck anyone else. That's not what I'm implying at all. I'm saying it's like this is a big commitment.
Well,
this
now
is like this is the real one.
Because it's when in a relationship you start getting into things where you're invested together. No, like it doesn't even have to be like necessarily monetarily.
We're both thinking not financially necessarily, but
you are both linked to something. Like a perfect example would be who's that comedian with the podcast and that he does with his wife?
Oh, Tom Segura.
No, the one where they
okay, there's another one then.
Lee.
Oh, Bobby Lee. Yeah,
Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
See, that's
Bobby
a big
Lee
commitment. They're invested together, and
they didn't necessarily even get married, but they were common law, and the laws in California fucked them. And
no, I'm not even saying all of that. Now they're stuck doing the podcast together,
what I'm
and they're
saying
broken
was,
up.
I was kind of implying was, no matter what, he can't really take it away because they're both and like this being in certain states does matter. Because, like, in another state, maybe he could have just gone up and left and taken his stuff and been, like, safe and sound. But in where he is at, like, it's like, if he tries that shit, like, she can just turn around and be like, actually, the whole company's mine.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You
know what I mean?
That's
Like,
the thing is...
who knows? I don't know particulars. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fucking lawyer. I'm not, whatever, civil servant of any kind. However, I understand that does take a big into account. And, yeah, now he's bound to her.
Well, and it could even be as little as like you both are on the same sports league.
Absolutely.
And now you break up, and if you still want to do it, now you're going to see them all the time.
What if you're on the same research team? What if you're in the same science lab?
Or
what if you're in the
work
same
together?
Anything, man. Like it's like you really got to take into account those ramifications, right? But it's not just work, right? It's now you're living together. That's a big thing. That's a huge.
Well, and if you break up, then who's leaving? Who's staying? Are you both leaving?
Yeah,
like,
there's a ton of fucking things, man. Yeah. So it's a lot, and it's like you got to really settle into the fact that it's like, okay, arguments are gonna happen. You can't just fucking snap and lose your shit. And I'm not saying I'm that kind of person at all. That's not what I'm implying. I'm just implying people have their limits. Whatever. I don't know where the fuck it leads, but you do have to be comfortable with the idea that you're gonna have to work on things that are gonna suck.
Have you ever?
Because you're different. Everyone's different. Because I know a girlfriend, I'm just gonna finish my thought, but I know girlfriends and boyfriends or partners or however you want to put it. That's a commitment in itself, and it's a big step. Blah blah blah. But I live on my own. She lives on her own. Like, we have our own spaces, and like 75% of our lives are still alone. Relative, whatever. You know what I mean?
But together.
Right? But now it's like if you live together, now it's the reverse. It's like 25%. I don't know. Everyone's different. But 25% of your time is alone. 75% of that time is now with this person. Cooking, cleaning, chilling at home, waiting in between events of the day, whatever. That's the person you'll see the most.
Yeah.
That's a lot of impact. That's a lot of things you have to like really take into account. So I get why a year is like almost still, in my opinion, maybe not even enough time. But
At least.
And everyone's different and whatnot.
Absolutely right. I get it. That's kind of what I was saying.
One thing I wanted to touch on with because when you said like arguments and whatnot, and I really wish, because I seen this like a long time ago, so I couldn't even reference someone if I wanted to, like even a shot in the dark. But it was like on a podcast, like a Huberman or like something.
Sure.
You never have to worry about the relationship if they're getting mad at you. It's when the things that used to get mad at you, they stop.
Yeah.
That's when they're checked out.
They've given up. They fucking don't care.
So guys get like so upset. It's like, oh yeah, she's old. Because actually in that book, The Way of the Superior Man, they touch on it too, where, mainly like if they're upset or whatnot, just give them love and attention.
Yeah.
And usually that's like, will at least simmer it down and they'll tell you the real problem.
Yeah.
But also like, yeah, if they're getting like angry at you about like taking the trash out or like nagging at you,
Good.
that's in their like, what is it? Like almost like DNA.
It's like hardwired in, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's just how they operate.
Yeah.
And that's kind of also how they, it's like how guys show their love by like doing things. They show it by like nagging at you.
Which, fucking figure it out.
Whatever, we're different. But
whatever. Okay.
But yeah.
Go on.
But yeah, you've probably noticed it in like even like situationships or people you've been talking to, how all of a sudden it's like there's maybe not as much talking.
Yeah, of
maybe they
course.
don't get they're not like,
Yeah.
oh, why haven't you seen me in a week?
Yeah.
Whereas before they'd be like, oh, can I see you? Can I see you? And then all of a
On
sudden they're
top of it, yeah.
but
I
yeah.
know.
So
It's true.
I just wanted to
You're
put
right.
that point
You're
in.
absolutely right. Because I've been in that situation where I remember the dish thing was so it was driving me crazy. Like,
And then what, did you
I'd
just
get
give
home
up?
out of a 12-hour shift and there'd be like the sink, right? And the dish pile would be like this. And I'm like, not even I'm not even exaggerating. Like, it was an obscene amount of fucking dishes every single day. It could be a day where she didn't even work. And I'm like, you can't do this. I need to cook now and then do the dishes and then cook for tomorrow and then do the dishes. My night's done. Now I don't get to hang out.
Yeah.
Eventually I just stopped.
Yeah.
Just stop talking about it. Stop bringing it up. I'd just get home, feed the cat because I knew she never fed him. Pick the litter because I knew she never did that.
Yeah.
And then I would go in the kitchen, turn on the tap, start doing dishes.
You were checked out. You're like, I'm done.
Hey. Oh, hey. How's it going? Cool. Yeah, I got to make food. I'll come hang out in a bit. And then 2 hours later after, because I just did all the stuff that I normally do.
Yeah.
Go sit down. Hey, what do you want to watch? Okay. Put it on.
Sounds like a terrible time.
That's what it was for a few months at least.
Yeah.
And that was when I was like, okay, I'm finding a new apartment. Okay, I found a new apartment. All right, I'm grabbing my shit. All right, I rented a U-Haul. Hey, this is done. And then I was like,
no.
instantly, fuck.
Well, and also because you were checked out months before.
That's
you
it.
left.
Exactly right. So by the time it like finally hit, it was almost like a weight off your shoulders, but you're just uncomfortable almost because of how much you've just bared it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I'm not complaining here. Everyone goes through this shit, right? But I'm just saying, like, from my own experience,
Yeah,
that's how that was like.
So I try to keep that like front of mind anytime like there's a altercation in a way where I'm just like, okay, there's passion behind it, so it's like,
Yeah.
and obviously if you consistently make
Just
the
gotta
same,
analyze it. That's
Yeah.
it.
You
And
gotta know.
but if you also, if you're just a garbage person and you don't realize what you're doing wrong,
yeah,
and then you're just kind of ignorant towards it and you never try and fix it, and it's like, well, yeah, she's, or he is
Yeah.
going to eventually, that's it.
100%.
Funny how that
I
works.
want to touch on that.
Good stuff, Tyler.
Thanks, buddy.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. Oh, they might not have even heard that.
Maybe not. Oh,
We're going to have to play that
Yeah.
back. There was a ambulance that passed by. I have the window open. It threw us off, but I don't think the mics picked it up.
Actually, I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks just because I've kind of got sick of reading books for right now.
It's like there comes to a time where you're like, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I get it.
Like I go in phases. I'll grind out like 3 books in like a week or 2, and then I'm like, I don't want to read. But then I'll throw in an audiobook. And I listened to Matthew McConaughey's Green Lights
Interesting.
book on
What is that?
on Audible,
What is that?
and
Speak to me.
I will. He narrates it.
I love it. That's what I figured.
Which because most Audible books, it's like
I know.
very mundane.
Yeah.
Like
Some guy.
I play them at like because they talk so slow. I play them at like 1.5 speed just so it's actually like a good enough pace. Hearing because it's his life story and his stories, so the passion behind it, it like makes you not want to stop reading. Like I've been doing it for.
And do you just like play it at normal speed with him? Weak. I already know you don't. Just from the way you've paused so long.
No,
That's so weak,
At
man.
the beginning, it started at normal speed, and then his cadence kind of slowed down.
Yeah.
So I think it was 1.1.
Yeah, you let the man speak.
Eh.
You let the man speak.
I don't have 8 hours to listen to this book.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, I do, but
He's
I
just
have
gonna
other,
say,
book,
shut
I have
the
other
fuck
books I
up.
want to listen to.
Yeah, you finish this one, and then you go to the next one.
Yeah,
You let the man speak.
he did speak, and it
Of
was great.
all fucking people. Matthew McConaughey. Fuck, man. Got to speed him up.
It was a great book. Like, because he goes about his entire upbringing, which was wild.
Yeah.
Like, because he didn't become successful until
Late.
decently
Later,
late.
yeah.
Like, but he also, from the stories and whatnot, he wasn't rushing it
No,
at all.
I bet not. Yeah.
Like he
Seems like the kind of guy to take his time.
there was no rush. Like
Yeah.
he made all the right, like he knew what he needed to do, and he just went down the path and kind of let it come to him. Because
Wow.
it's like he talks like a lot about his childhood and some of the things he did as a kid, which were cool. Nothing notable really.
Sure.
Just kind of like molded him. His dad molded him quite a bit. His dad was an old school character. Like the one story he talks about his one brother. So his dad was like a pipe salesman for the oil business. He got his brother into it,
Interesting.
and then his dad, his older brother, became one of the most successful ones in that company.
Sure.
So overlaps his dad. His dad didn't like that because he's dad,
Oh, no.
and because he ended up landing one of the biggest clients or whatnot, and his dad asked him to do something. He's like, I can't do that now with like the job. And he's like, oh, you think you're big time now, whatnot, and ended up.
Oh,
And like would always like test him.
Oh,
Because it's like
no.
you're still my kid. You might have more money, you might have more success. You're my kid.
Oh, no.
One night they were drinking, and his dad was like, "Yeah,"
Oh, shit.
and they got in an altercation, and he's like, "You want to be a man? Like, let's fight." They ended up like, and his dad like fucking was beating him up, and then he ended up grabbing a fucking like 5-foot 2x4, smacked across his dad's head. Dad got up, still was fighting. He ended up knocking his dad out with the 2x4. His dad got up, gave him a hug, and said, "You're a man now," and then treated him with the most respect. They were like, that's like how his dad functioned. It's like, when you can physically be stronger than me, we are now equals. Like his dad was hard,
So, like, the oldest of old school.
like old school, like poor, like fucking, like man, like blue collar man.
Unhealthy.
Yeah, no, super
Yeah,
unhealthy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Holy
so like
shit,
each of his,
dude.
like each of the sons had to kind of like prove themselves to be a
Oh my-
man.
What the hell? So did Matthew McConaughey fucking have to
Is what?
finish that?
So he
What?
was going. He always wanted to be a lawyer, like that was his thing. And then his dad obviously liked it because he's like, "Oh yeah, you can be the lawyer for the family business, all this, whatnot."
Right.
He ended up starting the process of law school, and then he's like, didn't like it, and he always liked acting or
Oh shit.
so he called his dad.
Oh
Nervous.
Shit. Oh.
Like he planned it out. He's like, "Hey, 7:30, he ate. He's probably drinking. He'll be calm." Like, called him and was like, "Dad, I want to go into film school." And there's so many more stories with his dad. Like
Sure,
a lot
sure,
of the,
yeah, I
the
believe
first
it.
half
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
book
It's
is pretty
just-
much
yeah.
him talking about his dad. So
It's pretty traumatizing.
but his dad he calls him and he's like, "I want to go to film school." And his dad's like, "That's what you really want to do?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, don't half-ass it.
Oh.
Like if you're gonna do it, do it."
So he gave him his support.
And you like
Oh,
hearing
no.
his voice in it telling the story, he was like astonished. He's like,
Yeah,
he's like,
I'm free.
he's like,
I haven't even
because
heard
all
the story.
All he said was, "Don't half-ass it," and like that was the end of the conversation. And he's like, he's like in that one line, he gave like the support and like,
blessing, go do
He
it.
gave him everything in that
he
line.
needed to hear. Yeah.
and he was upset because his dad died before he became famous.
Oh.
He just seen him start.
Oh,
Like
that
before
does
he had any of
suck.
his big breakout roles.
That does suck. Like the biggest one, his first breakout was what do you call it? Right. It sure be cooler if you did. What?
Yeah. He talks about all of them.
Fuck. What is?
And that he was only supposed to have like one line in that, and then he ended up working the director and got like a bunch of lines, and because he
Director was probably like, he's got that. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was as it kept filming, the director be like, well, would your character want to be in this? Like, how would, because he like personified the person, like the cool, like he's like method actor,
yeah, oh yeah, no, I know.
hardcore, like he
Yes.
becomes the person.
Yeah.
So and then he talks about like his different movie roles and how he got into like his mindset for it. He talks about how he had a wet dream about the Amazon rainforest. But then he went to the Amazon rainforest and he ended
A
up
wet dream.
yes. And he specifies it multiple times that it was a wet dream. And he plays out like the vision of what the dream was. He goes to the Amazon rainforest. He talks about how it was a terrible time. He got sick, all this. He ends up going back. He does more film stuff. He traveled for like across the United States for like, I forget, a year in his like trailer. Then I forget at what point later on he has the same wet dream again. He goes back to the Amazon rainforest, and then he tells a story. He like was going, what was it? He ended up like wrestling some like African guy, and then that guy, he was like the wrestling like champion or whatnot. He beats him, so that guy would walk him to each of the villages because he's like, "You're champion." He's like, and he became champion not because he won, but because he accepted the. This guy has
Accepted the what?
the challenge to like actually wrestle him
Oh.
because he was just some white guy, and most people would be like, I'm not gonna
No.
wrestle this
Yeah.
random guy that doesn't even speak English in some little village, like. But like his personality is just like, yeah, let's do it, like right on. Like the book is so wide. He's had the craziest story ever.
Oh
the
man.
amount of times he's moved, and like.
Doesn't it listening to that make you wish you had a little bit more trauma in your life? Like it's fucking toxic to say, but these people have sick fucking lives because they had some shitty thing happen, and then they use that as fuel to be like, that'll never.
Hormozy talks about it
whatever.
all the time.
That's what I mean.
Same
man.
as because he's known as the rom-com guy.
Fuck. What?
The rom-com guy.
No.
He was always like he was typecast. He was the handsome hunk
Oh,
that
you're
got the
talking
girl.
about. I thought you said Hormozy and then jumped
No,
right
sorry.
back to. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
No.
Yes,
Matthew McConaughey.
yes.
He was the rom-com guy.
rom-com guy, handsome guy. Really, yes,
So,
yes.
He said, "I'm not doing that anymore." And at that point, he had obviously enough money to where he
Be
didn't
like,
have to.
Yeah.
He said in that time he went crazy because he wasn't working and he loves acting. He went 20 months without working because everything that came his way, he said, no,
No.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. He had one. They offered him. It was like $2.5 million. He's like, no. They came back. They're like 4. Nope. Then it was like 6. It got up to like 13 million. They wanted to offer him for this role. And he still said, like, he's like, I got to hold to my guns. And no. And then he didn't get any offers for, I forget how long. And that's when it was after that 20 months. And then when you see him in like Wolf of Wall Street and like all those, like the Gentleman, like all of those was after
He was
that.
starting to be like, yo, I can do other shit, man. Like,
And became
Wolf
way
of
more
Wall
successful.
Street, he murdered that role, dude.
He
Absolutely murdered it.
That role was offered to him. He was preparing for a different movie. He had, and his wife supported him so much, Camilla. Because he had 3 roles that he wanted to do, and he's like, I don't think I'd have enough time to prepare or whatnot. And he's like, I think I'd have to pick 2. And she's like, well, do you want to do all 3? And he's like, well, like, yeah, I'd love to. And she's like, well, then do all
Get
3.
it done.
And he was just like, oh, yeah, okay.
She's like, I cannot see you
But
for a year.
But yeah,
Whatever.
her one thing with him acting is me and the kids go everywhere with you. That was
Great.
her.
Great.
So,
Whatever.
but yeah,
That's fine.
he's had.
Hey, dude, you're already making that much money. I'd be like, yeah, I thought that was. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good deal. Because I thought that was the deal, anyways. You
He's
know what
had.
I mean?
He's had an eclectic life.
Dude, that's so sick.
That's a book I would highly
Damn.
recommend.
And that's on Audible, you said?
Audible, you can probably find it other places.
It's probably on Spotify too, but how much was it? You had to pay for it?
Yeah, I don't think it was very much.
Okay. I was just curious.
But yeah, no. It made me think a lot about, because he talks. He'll like break it, and he's like, certain things. It's like, that was a green light. Didn't look like one, but that was a good thing that happened. And he like, at the end of a story, he'll like break it down, or he'll be like bumper
That's cool.
sticker, and then have a saying about. It was insane. The way he does it.
You finished it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It made me like contemplate a lot of things about like life. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, anytime I listen to something like that, it makes me go like, "Fuck, dude!" Like, read the David Goggins book.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! You need a bad dad.
Get hard.
You need a bad
read that
dad.
one.
I'm just kidding, Dad. I love you, but like seriously, like you need some sort of trauma or something in your life to make you fucking, I don't know. But it also takes the kind of person to be able to handle the trauma and then use it the right way.
Yeah.
Where some people fall apart. They need therapy for the rest of their lives. They need medicine. They need help. You know what I mean? Where some guys like him, maybe he did some of that stuff too, but he fucking turned out to be one of the top actors of the planet, super popular, wealthy beyond imagination.
Yeah.
Living the life.
He there's also a really
Big
cool story
culmination of
when he first went to
what
Hollywood.
he's done.
Because he's like, I need to get a manager, this, and the only person you in Hollywood was like, you want it too much. He's like, that's not how Hollywood works. He's like, if you look desperate or needy, nothing's coming your way. He's like, you need to go do something. And he's like, well, what do you mean? He's like, I don't know, go travel for like a month or so. He's like, I don't have any like real money. He's like, figure it out. So we went to Europe for a month and like motorbiked and had a great time and got all these cool stories and came back and was telling this like producer guy about it. And he's like, you're ready now because you don't want it. And then that's when he like launched into stardom.
That's nuts. He's right though.
Because
I can see why.
He's like, Hollywood can smell it.
Yeah.
He's
They're
like, if you want it too bad.
Yeah. You just seem like a fucking guppy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're no shark.
He's like,
you're not your own path.
You got to act like you don't even want it.
Yeah.
That's when it comes.
You got to lead your own way.
Yeah.
And then they got to be like, hey, do you want some of this? And then you got to be like, yeah, sure. Why not?
But that goes with
I got
anything.
a time in my schedule. And they're like, oh.
Oh my, the Chris Williams, Alex Ramosi, they just released another podcast.
Yeah.
I think I said that.
You did.
I was
mention it,
so
yeah.
hyped when I seen it.
Yeah.
Because it's like every like 8 months they do one.
Yeah, of course.
I've almost finished it. I'm gonna watch it.
Was it like a 3-hour one again?
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it with my girlfriend there because I think her brain works very differently, similar but different.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how she perceives something.
Yeah, right. That's cool.
Because it'll be a different viewpoint. Because I know we would look at it and just think the same.
Yeah, I get
thing.
it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Whereas
yeah.
I'm curious if she has a different.
Oh, yeah. Ashley would feel the same way. She'd totally be different.
Where was my train of thought with that? What were we talking about before that? Oh, the calendar.
Yeah.
He had someone. He was out of town or whatnot, and at a conference, and the guy came up to him. He's like, "Can we do like a podcast, just like a quick 20 minutes or whatnot?" And he kept asking, kept insisting. And he's like, "Dude, I don't want to." And then he's like, "You want to see my calendar?" And he showed him it. It was blank, and he's like, "I want to keep it that way." And it was in the segment where he's talking about just like being able to just say no, like just don't do things you don't want to,
Wait.
and just because you have free time. Hormozy said this.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah. No,
yeah.
Hormozy said this.
Yeah.
And it was a segment where they were just saying like, just because you have spare time doesn't mean you need to give it to someone else. Because that time is yours. And if all your spare time is given to other people, you're not even
Folks.
living your own life.
Folks. If you ask a friend, want to come do X thing with you, and they say no, you should just leave it at that. Because they gave you their most honest answer. They gave you the truth. They don't want to go do that thing. And if you just leave it there, your friendship doesn't need to change. But it's when you go, oh, but why not? Like, I thought you wanted to do things with me. That's when you make things weird.
If you're truly...
You got to let your friends be able to say, no, I'm okay, man.
No, if you ask someone to hang out and they say no, or like say you say no to them, it's like, and everything's fine, that's a real friend.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
And then if you go, hey, is there anything I did? Nope, I'm good. I just want to
Yeah.
chill. Leave it at that. Because it's likely that's what that is, man. Just leave them fucking be. Sometimes I just want to sit here and I'm like fucking do nothing. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, you know what? Tonight's gonna be a nice chill night. I'm just gonna watch some TV, and then I do nothing, and then I
Yeah.
just sit there and I'm like, this is kind of all I needed.
Yeah.
Just to fucking be numb for an hour.
No, like if I ever
You know,
message
it's
you and
nice.
it's like, hey, you want to do something? You're like, I'm not feeling it. It's like, fair enough.
I'm not gonna question it.
It's like,
I'm not gonna
okay,
question
you
it.
don't want to do
Yeah.
anything.
There's
Like,
whatever. It doesn't matter the reason. You could be fucking fresh off of vacation, and you're like, no, I don't want to, and I'd be like, sure.
yeah,
Doesn't matter the situation. You got to respect that decision. That's all it is.
yeah, no,
You know?
100%.
If they come back around and go, actually, hey, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, I'm good. Like, what do you want to hang out? Great. You know what I mean? Like, there was nothing wrong. They just fucking sat there and didn't want to do anything, but went, maybe I actually
Well,
want something.
and then when people are like constantly like fucking at you for it, then
Hounding
it
on
causes
it,
like
yeah.
resentment.
It does, but it also causes resentment both ways.
Yeah.
Right? Because you resent that person for always hounding you, and that person resents you for never coming.
Well, and it's one of those things. It's like the more someone asks you, and say it's like 2-3 times, now you just don't want to out of spite.
Yeah.
You're like,
No.
or it's like I don't want to answer this guy's messages because it's probably him asking
Just
me
asking
something I
me
don't
to
want.
fucking do something. Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
funny how that works, eh?
Yeah.
Fuck. Do you have any final thoughts?
Why? What are we at?
Fuck, we're done.
Oh my god!
I
yeah.
know.
I could have touched on the Hormozy podcast because it was amazing, but
We
yeah,
give lots of time later.
yeah.
We have a whole
I'll bring
other
up
one.
some of these because it was actually like great,
Yeah.
and I like when Hormozy does podcasts with normal people, it's usually just them asking him.
His stuff.
Yeah,
Whereas when it's them two, they're bouncing shit off of each other.
they didn't.
They're
talk,
having a conversation.
They didn't talk about people, actual physical things, only ideas and feelings.
Yep.
Which is like the highest form of conversation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And like seeing how
I would feel like we do at least 60% of that here.
I would like to think so.
Yep.
Seeing how Hormozy's brain works and how he has everything to a framework, and also everything is he manufactures to be how he wants.
Right.
His life is exactly how he wants.
Yeah, you this part you touched on. Yeah. Yeah.
He used a really good example because maybe his name's Caleb. That was his videographer, and he's like, I have such a good time filming with him. And then he got like a bigger team, and he's like, I don't like film days anymore. He's like, what is it? And then he like figured out.
down, like,
He broke it down, and it's like because he would do certain things, and then he trained his team to do that.
and then
and now he loves it.
Out, and it's like, oh, this is better. He just needed to show them the status quo.
It
This
was
is how we do things, and once everyone gets on the same page, then it's like, yeah, I know.
it was like he would like when something was good, he would give him like a thumbs up, like that was good, and he'd
Yeah.
be nodding and give him
Yeah.
like cues, and
Yeah.
and then,
The other teams were just like, what? The new
And then,
team didn't understand. I'm sure.
yeah, and Chris Williams was like, only you would manufacture happiness, or like to be happy, or make it like a operationalize it. This guy makes it.
You're right.
He
really
operationalizes every
You're
aspect of his
right. You're
life.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Like, you know how people are like Elon Musk's a robot?
Yeah.
No,
No.
he's a fucking robot.
Oh
like he's
my
a
God.
program for everything.
Okay. I need
Yeah.
to eat. I'm fucking tired.
I know. I gotta.
Night shift last night kicked my ass. I don't fucking know, man. You see me yawning for the past 20 minutes? Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably hit a quick
Brutal.
workout, have something to eat, and then I got Muay Thai.
I'm going to eat right now because
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking die.
Sounds good.
And then, yeah. So this is episode 31.
Yeah, I think it was a good one. Next one, I think is gonna be way better.
Episode 32?
Yeah. No, 30.
That's not the next one.
Oh, yeah. The next, yeah.
The next episode's going to be cool just
Do we
because we'll have
do we start
smoothed it
trying to
out.
get guests though, like for all of them, or
I wouldn't say all.
but some?
Whenever we feel I think what it'll come down to is scheduling.
I want to see.
Because
Or-
like think about it this way, like if we're like what's today? Today's a Wednesday?
Yeah.
That's why. So if it's like on a weekend, I bet you it'll be no problem. So if it's a weekend pod,
Or we'd have
maybe
to do
we'll
later
always try and
pods.
shoot for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true too. So if we do want to guess, we're gonna have to plan that out a little
And
bit.
also like doubles would definitely be easier to get guests because one would be a double. I want to get Jason on. I want to get Matt on.
Which We got ideas. I'm not worried
Ideas,
about it.
yeah.
And I would like at least like I would say maybe like 50% of pods to have guests at least.
We'll see the vibe. Maybe
Yeah. Maybe it becomes that's all we do. And maybe, you know, we pick up a third. I'm not saying a permanent third, but like
a regular.
Yeah. Like a regular that like maybe he's on for the next 6 weeks.
And then he's gone.
And then
for a
he's
month.
gone for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a year.
Yeah.
Who knows? But then he comes back, he's on for 3 months.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm okay with that. To be honest, it's you and me going to be consistent, but whoever comes else on, I'm down with that, man.
And obviously, if we.
That's where it'll be cool though. Like if we do have a fairly regular, sorry to cut you off, a fairly regular third, then if we do get a fourth mic, then having that fourth person is like, oh, it's 4 of us, but 3 of us are kind of more familiar.
Yeah.
2 of us run the show.
Yeah. There's like degrees.
Yeah. This is gonna be fun, I think.
Yeah.
This is only gonna get better.
Oh, 100%. I want to see episode 100.
That's
It's gonna be a studio.
that's 2 years.
It's gonna be a studio.
That's a full 2 years into podcasting is 100,
Assuming we stick to the 1 a week schedule.
give or take. Yeah. And I think we'll stick to 1 a week at least until maybe. I think if we go 2 a week, dude, it's gonna be a different pod.
Possibly.
You know what I mean? And I think we refine this one maybe, and then make a different one.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll
Make
figure
this
it
a
out.
bit more businessy, and then make the next one like bro-ish, like I said.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's even a serious thing right now, but like yeah, like
Episode
I'd like to
100
at least
will-
have 1 a week. Or the
1 a week, I
foreseeable
think, is
future.
the minimum.
Baseline.
And then maybe we start doing like bonus extras.
Yeah,
or
extra
who knows?
content, maybe not necessarily full episodes, maybe like a 5-minute chunk, or maybe a chunk of something that we haven't released before, or something like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
But yeah,
And
no.
those exclusives though will only be found on Rumble. If you want shorts though, we will likely do shorts on YouTube. This is obviously not next fucking week, but this is just our thinking, right? We're looking at shorts for YouTube, big exclusives on Rumble.
And there will definitely be a lot more content, especially as we become more able to financially.
Well, able to financially as well as like
Well, I'm more
a better
saying-
understanding.
But also, like, say once we don't have regular jobs,
Sure. Okay, yeah.
stuff
sure.
like that.
But beyond that, I mean,
Yeah.
even a better understanding of all this, I think we could, like, if we, I think what's going to hold us back is having this setup have to happen this way every time.
I
Whereas if
think
it
a
just-
studio would be when it'd be like a sit down and it's like, oh, for 12 hours we're
Yeah.
gonna shoot content.
Yeah. Or even like,
Content days.
oh, hey, what are you doing tomorrow for a couple hours between so and so? Okay,
Yeah.
you want to hit one in? Like,
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
do that kind of thing too, right?
Where it's more
like,
fluid.
Yeah, exactly. Where this is kind of a setup. We're hanging out. We set up. We do
Yeah.
like, right? You got here like fucking 2:00.
Yeah,
4.
I know. And we gotta hit a lift. And now,
I got to eat now because
Yeah.
that lift's going to be abysmal for me if I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. Thanks for joining us. We're excited. Last week's episode was our first guest. This week we're just kind of chilling, figuring it out, and still kind of hemming and hawing. Last week we did we kind of fucked around with cameras.
Yeah.
Next week maybe we'll have something a little bit more permanent. But until then, peace out. Girl Scout, thanks for joining us.